While there are certainly many effective ways to learn new songs on guitar, there is one method that I use basically every time I'm learning something new on the instrument that I wanted to talk about today. And I also wanted to share with you a free tool I built to hopefully make the learning process easier. Now, this method may be pretty obvious to many of you who are watching this video, but it wasn't obvious to me when I was starting out on guitar, so I wanted to share it today in case it helps someone else out. So in short, the technique I use every time I'm learning something new on guitar is looping. When you're learning a new song, whether you're trying to figure out a new part by ear or get a part that you already know up to speed, it will involve a lot of repetition. And depending on how fast the song is, you may want to slow it down significantly to really figure out each new part. And I find that the easiest way to do this, and therefore learn songs in general, is by looping the part of the song that I'm struggling with or trying to get down. So for example, when I'm learning a new song, I usually learn parts of the song by ear, and I will narrow in on those parts of the song that I want to learn and really slow them down maybe to like 50% or something like that, and then just continuously loop small segments, maybe 5 to 10 notes, until I figure out all of the notes that are being played. Doing this on a loop makes it a lot easier to figure out what's going on faster. I mean, you could just kind of play the song and then pause it over and over again, but just having the loop makes it a lot more seamless to figure things out. And once I figured out how to play a part of the song either by ear or by watching a lesson video, or you could use tabs or whatever you want, I also used looping to actually get the song up to speed and to really get down each part. So with any part of a song that I'm struggling with, I will select that part specifically and just loop it repeatedly and play along with it until I get it down, starting at a slow speed and incrementing it as I feel comfortable at the current speed. Doing this, rather than playing through the whole song again and again, has really helped me with my guitar playing because it allows me to focus in on the parts that I'm actually struggling with and not waste as much time on the parts that I'm already good at. Now, of course, you should also spend time practicing playing through the whole song from start to finish, just to make sure that all the parts transition smoothly and that everything flows together well. But using this method makes it a lot faster and easier to learn individual parts of songs. But now you might be asking, how do I actually do this? What is the best way to loop a part of a song and change the speed and play along with it? In the past, I've used a few different programs to do this, including my DAW, where I just do my recording in general, and also a program specifically for looping songs, but they all require you to actually have a downloaded copy of the song to use for the loop. But at this point in time, like many of you, I'm sure, I pretty much exclusively listen to music through streaming, so whether that's on YouTube or other streaming services, and that means that downloading a song for looping is not that convenient. So since YouTube has pretty much infinite songs, I realized it would be a lot more convenient for my practice routine if there was a tool that would just allow me to loop any part of any YouTube video and change the speed as well. The YouTube player itself does actually have speed customization already built in, but it doesn't have looping of parts of videos. Outside of YouTube and guitar, I actually have a background in software development that I haven't really talked about on here before, but let me know if you're interested in learning more. Maybe I'll talk about it more in the future. But anyway, I decided to make my own web app to loop any part of any YouTube video, and I'm hoping it will be helpful for some of you as well. So this is the website. You can find it at looper.tube, and it's really simple. All you have to do is paste in a YouTube video URL, and then you can set your start and end times and change the speed and hit play, and it will loop between your selected start and end times infinitely. So let's say that I wanted to loop one of my own solos for some reason. I just copy the URL and then paste it in here, and then the video loads, and then I can find my loop. And let's say that I've forgotten this solo and want to relearn it, and maybe I want to figure out this part here. I could just loop it like this. And then maybe slow it down. And then it will just loop over and over again so I can figure it out. And once you've created a loop and maybe you want to save it for later to come back and practice more, you can do that by just clicking on Share Loop, and that will copy the link to the loop to your clipboard so you can paste it somewhere to save for later. You can also, of course, share whatever loop you made with others by just sharing that link as well. So yeah, it's a pretty simple tool, but I've been finding it useful for my own practice so far, and I'm hoping that some of you will as well. If you'd like to check it out, just looper.tube, and I'll also have a link in the description. I haven't had too many people test it out yet, so if you run into any issues or have any feedback, please please leave it in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I also think it could be cool to have a highlighted loops page in the future, maybe with famous guitar riffs or solos. So if you make any fun loops, please leave a link in the comments and I might add them to a future highlighted loops page. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I just wanted to talk about why I think looping is such a useful tool for learning new songs on guitar, and I'm really hoping that looper.tube makes the process a bit easier. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.